Hi, everyone. I am Haley, and I will be teaching the Rewire tonight. It's presented by SOPHRAXIA. Just going to give it a few more minutes for everybody to come on in. Thank you for taking some time out to visit my class today. And this is actually, of course, I thank you for being here, but really I thank yourself. You should be thanking yourself. You should be proud of yourself for showing up. All right. So let's just sit here and wait for others to join, okay? While we wait for others to join, I like to show you my shirt. Well, Zelda. You know, I was introduced to Zelda, and when I first saw the first edition of the game, I wasn't a big fan. And I became a big fan once I actually played Breath of the Wild, but that wasn't for many, many years later. And now we're replaying the Ocarina of Time. And I have to admit, I was spoiled by Breath of the Wild. And I just can't seem to go back to that digital aged, pixelated. So I'm looking forward to the new Ocarina of Time that's going to be more advanced. But I do appreciate the technology and the advancements that were made. I'm going to give it just about maybe 30 more seconds to maybe a minute, and then we'll get started. So hello. Hi. Oh, I'm so glad everybody could be here today. I'm really glad everybody's showing up. It makes me really happy. All right. Okay. We're going to get started. Seems like we have enough people here I won't take any more of your time. I appreciate you again. I appreciate you all showing up for me today. So let's talk about rushing and how much rushing you do in your life on a daily basis. I can speak for myself and tell you that there's been times where I caught myself tense and rushing while I was brushing my teeth. Or I was intense waking up and starting my day and going to the kitchen, wondering what's next to eat. And I'm finding myself holding my shoulders up, doing simple tasks that require no rushing at all. There was no urgency. And I'm learning to slow down. I have been late for a lot of occasions. And I would say that my job, my home life, my social life, none of them have been that important for me to have to rush. And so even if I'm running behind on schedule, I have to remind myself that nothing is an emergency. Nothing is that important, unless of course it is an emergency, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about daily things that you do in your life. Last week we spoke about your life and you as a person being the seed and what kind of environment that you're creating for yourself to be able to grow. And so we're going to take that with us with this week. And now that you've created an environment for you to grow, you are now surviving and living and growing in that environment. And how do you want to do that? So think about the things that you do on a daily basis and see how your posture is and see where your face is and what kind of face you're making. Maybe when you're brushing your teeth, that you do, which you should be doing at least twice a day, look at yourself in the mirror and be intentional about it. And catch yourself. How are you? Are you brushing your teeth? Are you doing this and you have to wait for 2 minutes and you're rushing that 2 minutes? Or are you relaxed and looking forward to starting your day or looking forward to ending your day? Or maybe you're that person that does it, during lunch, after lunch. Whatever the time is, it's a simple task that all of us must do, and that's brushing our teeth. And while you're brushing your teeth, focus on just being present for that moment. Focus on the teeth. Focus on the sections. Lower your shoulders. You're breathing and you're just being there for 2 minutes of your life. And if you brush twice a day, that's only 4 minutes of your life that you're dedicating to brushing your teeth, which is something you have to do. So when it comes to brushing your teeth, when it comes to putting on your shoes, when it comes to getting dressed, or when you're taking your dog for a walk, when you're sitting down about to watch your favorite show or watch your favorite movie. Um, Maybe you're going outside to garden. Maybe you're going outside to water your plants. Or maybe you're just sitting with your children and they have an incredible story to tell you, and you know that you have to cook for them, or maybe you know that you have to get something else ready. But that moment that you have when you're wanting to go and you're wanting to rush and you're wanting to move, it's noticeable. It's noticeable to your mind, your physical, your children, your dogs, your spouse, your partner, your friends. When you're rushing, you don't do that casually. You do that with angst and uncertainty and nervousness, and that's tense. So next time that you do anything, be mindful of how you're feeling in that moment, and stop and correct yourself and breathe and move on to the next task, because we are, most of us are very grateful to not have to have a job or a life that requires you to be rushing all the time or running away from anything. So with this practice, and what I want you to learn from this is that when you move into your tasks for the next week, go ahead and check yourself. See what your facial structure is making. Recognize your shoulders, recognize your hands, recognize your back and your body, and then reset your mind that there isn't an emergency. You're here now, and you're going to finish the task that you started to do because it has to be completed. Okay? So let's go ahead and prepare for a meditation. Now, no matter where you're at, you're dedicating this time to yourself, and I want you to give this time to yourself because you deserve it more than anybody else. And I'm so grateful that you're here for me to be able to guide you through your meditation today. Whether you've been meditating for many years, many weeks, maybe this is your first time. This is going to be your first time sitting here right now in this moment. And no matter what you're going to be doing afterwards, it doesn't matter. Okay. So whatever happened before, whatever happens next, that's that's not the present. That's the future. That's the past. And you can't change or fix any of those. Okay. So go ahead, no matter where you're sitting, go ahead and get comfortable. Now, when I say get comfortable, I don't mean to get comfy cozy. It's more of a comfort to where you're sitting up straight and you're having to notice where you're sitting. Or if your feet are on the ground, maybe you're laying down, maybe you're in a seat that has a chair. This is my meditation chair. I sit in, I would say most of the time, unless we're somewhere else. And there are often times where I'm a little tired from the day, so I sit back in the seat. Today, I feel more energized, so I'm sitting a little bit forward, and my back is more straight, and I'm going to have to focus on my straightness in my meditation. So wherever you are, let's go ahead and get comfortable. All right, and you're going to take a couple of breaths deep in. You're going to start with inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And now the next inhale, you're going to hold for a few seconds, and then you're going to exhale. And now I'm going to count you through this. So it's 1 with the inhale, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go again. Inhale, 3, 4, hold it, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Now, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't done that already. I will be starting a timer. This will be a 10-minute meditation in case you wanted to know the time. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. Now, as your eyes are closed, I want you to recognize where you're at. First, we'll start with the body. How does your body feel? Check in with yourself. I want you to scan down and start from the top of your head and work your way down. Follow your body through the neck, the shoulders. Check those shoulders. Are they leaning forward? Are they relaxed? Make sure that they're just relaxed. Moving through your torso, and you're doing your normal breathing. And if it feels comfortable, maybe put a hand on your belly. And then you can follow your breaths. Or if you feel comfortable on your knees or your thighs. And you're still working your way down. You're still scanning your body down through the thighs, through the knees, all the way down into your toes. And you want to make sure that you're not in any pain or discomfort, but you are recognizing that your body is in the position that it's in and it's going to be there. And if you feel comfortable, now go ahead and recognize the sounds that are around you. And I want you just to observe these sounds. Take them in and let them pass through the mind. I want you to do what we call the R&R. I want you to recognize the sound, note the sound in your mind, and then release the sound. And we're going to do that with your thoughts. So check in with your mind now. Where are you at? You might be thinking of anything else that's not about you sitting here. And I want you to observe that and note that. Recognize it, note it, and then return. Return to the present moment. Continue breathing. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. It happens. Note that your mind has wandered. Recognize it. And then return it back. And just remember, you're sitting here with your mind, with the sounds and your thoughts, and any feelings or sensations you have. If your mind wanders, go ahead and count your breaths. And it's going to be 1 with the inhale and 2 with the exhale. Only up to 10. And then if you get to 10, you'll start over. This will help occupy your thoughts if you can't seem to let them go. Maybe your mind is a little too busy today, and that's okay. That's a perfect distraction for you. If you heard that ding, note the ding and return back to your breathing. Make sure you're still breathing and counting your breaths if your thoughts are distracting, or if there's any sounds that are distracting, or any smells that are distracting. This is a normal part of life. It happens. We recognize it, we note it, and we return it. I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to bring you back. I want you to notice the sounds. I want you to notice any smells. I want you to notice your thoughts. Maybe start wiggling your toes, moving your body, and coming back to the present moment. When you're ready, just gently opening your eyes. And welcome back. I am so proud of you. I'm incredibly happy and honored to be able to teach you today. It's a special day. It's special because we're here and we're alive and we're existing, and you're showing up for yourself and you're giving yourself some time. And meditation is just sitting with yourself, and it doesn't mean that it's silence, because silence is really challenging to find, actually. And training meditation is exactly what you do to help with all the noise that comes in all the time. So I'm very proud of you for showing up today. And with that, I wish you namaste. Bye. And we'll see you, of course, next week, next Wednesday. Or if you like to do it 2 days in a row, you can come back tomorrow at 7 p.m. and Christopher will be teaching tomorrow. I'm excited to hear what his message is. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.